Welcome and welcome back, Midlanders. Here we are for session 37 of Goblin Stone. Over the last couple of sessions, our heroes have delved back into the stone. They have cut their way through, starting with cutting down several sleeping goblins and a few that woke up too early. Moving into some distant, next chambers ahead, there were some goblins that were awake, but not quite ready for the onslaught of new powers and ferocity that the heroes brought. Being sort of stymied for briefly in one corridor, the far corridor to the west, full of goblins that were popping out and taking shots at our heroes. The shaman, or a goblin magic user, opened a secret door, dropped a spike growth down, and another alchemist threw a series of potions, flaming potions, at X. After that, our heroes traversed the spike growth that was laid down. Clifford threw down one of his own to hold back the arching goblins, and our heroes fled into behind the secret door through the chamber, finishing off the shaman and the alchemist. And after that, they shut the secret door, moved in, and began to examine the surrounds. Lokag managed to, after a bit of painful exploration or experimentation on the wizard's chamber, managed to deface the magic circle long enough to destroy it. We're getting some static here. Okay, give me just a moment.
Just on you.
All right, is it gone? We still have static.
Yeah, better.
All gone.
All right. Yeah, it was just my fan in the chamber. Yeah. So let's see here. In a chamber nearby, Clifford rummaged through some books and used his ability to read the goblin language to check over some of the books. It looks like they were all looted from places in the city. And Helena found a questionable orb full of sort of swirling dark blue smoke. And after a brief moment's hesitation, she snatched it up, and so far, without consequences, and put it in her bags. And that is where we are at. The Clifford spike growth is still up, pinning down multiple goblins in the far western chamber. Let's see here. Or the far western corridor. Over here on the left-hand side of our map. While the western wall of this magic, where the magic circle was, there are goblins on the other side, hammering at it with their maces and trying to pry it open with scimitars. So far, to no effect. But so far, our heroes have been wildly successful on their most recent venture into the Goblin Stone. Worlds different from their last few visits into the goblin-infested mountain itself. But what would I leave out? What details do you all think it's important to add? Big Bri? Anything to add? Any questions?
No, I think that actually covered pretty much everything.
Okay.
That I can think of.
All right. Helena, how about you? Pon?
The orb wasn't just mysterious, it was ominous.
Indeed. The orb of ominousness.
And it's probably going to be tinkered with.
Well, I hope so.
Helena.
All right, what about you, J. Fink? Anything to add?
Yeah, nothing to add that I can think of at this time.
All right. X, how about you, Locator?
Yeah, we can. We have a handy haversack now, so we can rescue some of these books if we have a moment. So, I think we'd mentioned it, but I don't think we ever officially took that action.
Helena's packing the haversack, yeah? Or is that you? Is that X?
X took the haversack just because,
Yeah.
kind of like in combat, I think I could hand things out of it if we needed to people.
Yeah, and you're probably into the books.
All right. Well, Nick, since you weren't here last week, did you have any questions about the situation?
No, yeah, I think Clifford would just be looking at Helena and saying, like, that's wizard stuff. You watch out for those orbs. You don't want to mess with it. You don't want to have something happen to you like what happened to me. And he looks at himself with, like, terrible regret for a moment.
Nice.
And then that's it. Yeah, I wasn't here, so
Okay.
thanks for the update.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Well, as time quickly resumes its normal flow, let's everybody highlight their tokens and roll initiative.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right. So at the top of the order is Clifford, as you're sort of rifling through the books. They're just nice, fancy-looking books. Some of them are on history, other are language primers, some are on crafts, some of them are writings on distant lands. But nothing stands out immediately as to something that would interest a goblin. You're not even sure they could read them.
Yeah, I think Clifford would be most interested in the craft stuff. It's sort of popular mechanics.
Yeah.
So he'd probably looking at some diagram for a siege engine, and looking at that. He might mention to Helena, "Oh, will you look at this? That's so clever." And he shows this like goblin like trebuchet, but it's like a tiny one. It's just for like launching things down hallways. He thinks it's really cool.
Yeah, clever in a really earthy, primal, primitive way.
Well, it's all about the ammunition, see? You put a fireball inside that, and you launch it down there, and then you just got this line of flame just going right down the hallway. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, that does take care of a wide range of problems.
Yeah, it's bulky, though, right? It's a lot of weight to carry around, but X has got that haversack. I wonder if it'll fit. He starts looking at dimensions, trying to figure out.
All right, what else might Clifford be doing?
If there's any activity like I'm hearing the doors banging and stuff.
In the next chamber, yeah. The one where
he's
the circle.
He gets kind of alarmed at the probably the sound of the chamber. And I'd say he'd move in here and he'd look over to X. And he'd probably peek in and see what's going on with Locag and just sort of take it in and get a sense of like, I don't know, that door about to break. So he'll try to assess like whether it's about to be, the door is about to explode or not.
Okay. It doesn't seem that the goblins are making very good progress at the moment. You step in just in time to see Locag drag the bladed end of the glamour across the magic circle, and that green, ugly fire sort of flow up the handle and burn Locag. And then the fire in the circle itself winks out, so you're just in time to see him sort of dispel the magic in it.
Nicely done, Locag. All right. Hey, X, I found a bunch of books. There's a library. You feel right at home over there. I'm keeping this one. And he holds his popular Goblin Mechanics book. As he looks over there. You think that door's going to hold up?
I think we go through it soon.
All right. Well, I'm ready when you are.
All right, what about Helena? As you pocket the orb, Clifford scampers out of the chamber, and what does Helena do?
I want to heal I am. Roll 20 kind of glitched out on me, so I'm kind of waiting for it to reload here.
Mhm.
I just want to check and see if I have that. Let's see, inventory. I think I do. Yeah, looks like I've got at least 3. Okay, I will take a regular potion of healing.
Okay. 2d4 plus 2. All right, you can re-roll that one.
Okay. Ah, cool. All right. So 8 altogether.
No, it's going to be 5, 6, 7 altogether.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the 3 altogether and calculated that.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so you quaff a healing potion pretty quickly. And what takes your attention next? Rejoin the others, or...
I think she definitely is curious about progressing forward. I'm going to lean into that side of her a bit and maybe move down the right over this way.
Okay. Let me adjust.
I mean, she's got this powerful orb now. Nothing can harm her.
All right, as you move into the chamber, you see a large, sort of, again, another massive stuffed burlap sack. That is probably what looks like a large wooden chest. A table next to the bed. A sleeping chamber, probably for the shaman.
Ooh, we're going to rummage. Let's go
Okay.
through the chest.
Okay. So you open the chest. Inside is a bunch of tattered clothing. You can hear like bottles clinking together. It looks like a bunch of empty potion bottles. In there, you find some sort of dark brownish yellow, sort of cloudy mixtures, some sort of potion.
Another ominous mystery container.
It looks vaguely poisonous, if it helps.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it probably looks nasty. It probably is nasty.
Yeah.
She's gonna pocket it for sure.
Okay.
So I'll call that nasty yellow potion.
Nice. And what is your passive perception, or your passive? What's your investigation?
It is +3. I can't see the overall number.
Okay.
Let me go back.
In the dim light, and you're mostly seeing there's light from the brazier in the next chamber. But something doesn't look right about the northern wall.
Like what doesn't look right about it? Like
There seems to be a
crack
large,
or-
there seems to be a large crack going up the whole wall. It sort of curves over, and looks like it could be a secret door.
Ooh, I'm gonna push on it.
Okay. As you push on it, it swings open, revealing another corridor.
Ooh. Hey everyone! Found something fun. Secret goblin chambers. Going in, not waiting.
You see that it dead ends about 15 feet ahead. Well, not dead ends. There's another door. You can see the back of another one of those sort of irregularly shaped wooden doors that's obviously painted and has rock glued to the other side to disguise a secret door from the other side. But the corridor also, it sort of branches and moves off to the left.
Decisions. Okay, maybe someone else should come before I go further. Seeing that it keeps going.
All right, so as you step over and push the door open and peek in, cast your voice back, maybe we'll slip back over to X. Does anyone respond to Helena as she shouts?
Did you guys hear something?
I heard
Someone
something.
really far away.
So what is X doing as Lokag has just absorbed into his body the hellish-looking green fire from the magic circle, and you can hear Helena shouting from the other chamber.
I'll go recover as many of those books as I can, as look like they're valuable and will fit in the haversack.
Okay. In total, there are 12 books.
Okay.
And yeah, they do look very, very valuable, like bound in metals and fine leather covers. Could fetch 10 or 12 gold apiece. But nothing that promises magic. A strange thing for a goblin shaman to collect.
Knowledge is power.
All right, so you see Helena scamper over into the next chamber, and with your dark vision, of course, you can see pretty well the chamber. You see her push open a secret door. Looks like she's discovered another corridor.
It goes through, or is it just one room, or it goes through to somewhere else?
Well, what did Helena say?
I think I just said I found a secret goblin door, and you gotta come. I'm just gonna keep going, essentially.
All right, so Helena, you can go ahead and move if you choose, and X, you're not sure. You just you see, she says that, and you see her disappear into the chamber.
Well, I'll assume she knows what she's doing, and I'll let the group know that we've lost our Helena. And I'm going to recommend that we put together some kind of trap so that when they break down that door and get into this room, that, maybe a couple more goblins will, get caught or killed by a trap. So I know Cliff was working on some traps and had some stuff like that might be useful in a place like this. But if there's another secret entrance, I suggest we take that and trap this one in, and then move on quickly.
All right, yeah. Who grabbed the traps that your goblin friend made before he was unceremoniously murdered in his sleep?
Well, I would hope that Cliff would have taken some, maybe put it in the haversack, for the sake of ease of weight and all that. So I'd say X would have it in the haversack. Feel free to set a trap if you like.
Okay.
I can't set them.
Yeah. Well, I can.
Well, here. I'll hand them over.
All right, hand me one of those. What do you think? We set it up in the hallway here in case they go into the next room, or we drop it right there in front of the door?
It would be great if we could somehow... Those crystals in here are not mobile, are they?
They
Can
are
we
not.
Move the crystals?
They're growing
Yeah,
out of the
not
wall.
Mm.
Yeah. You could, carefully excavate them and take them with you.
I was
like
wanting to
the
make them
idea.
part of the trap. Blow up some
Yeah.
goblins.
Well, now with mold earth, is it dirt? Are they in the dirt or are they in the rock?
Rock.
Well, I can't quickly excavate it. But I'm happy to set the trap, like right by the door, on your request. So, hey, Lokag, with Millie, I think we gotta get out of here. You got anything that looks like it's worth anything? Because I'm setting this trap, and he pulls out this convoluted little explosive trap from the dead goblin. Start setting it by the door.
Okay, make a sleight of hand or a thief tool check.
All right, I'll slide it in. That makes sense. First roll 10, not great.
Okay.
Maybe it's enough. I don't know.
Well, that will set their DC to spot it.
Got it. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right.
All right.
It looks set up.
It looks fine to me.
All right. So X, as you hand the trap kit off to Clifford. You feel free to move your token if you are going to move somewhere, X. All right. What is Lokag doing during this?
Lokag is, he's concerned. He thought he heard Helena getting into mischief. He's gonna look at Millie and say, I'm going to go check on the rat girl. You need my help, my hammer in this room anymore?
I don't think so. I don't think blowing up more of these crystals is good for our health.
Yeah, don't be bothered.
How do you feel, though, that the green flame seems to be absorbed into you?
I don't think I feel different. Lokag's gonna look at his blade and look at himself and see if he notices anything different about himself.
You just have strange, lesion-like sores from where the fire kind of burned you with its necrotic magic.
Ooh, gross. He looks at his hands just like, ugh. Well, that probably won't be a problem. And he's gonna. So he'll he'll start heading back towards where everybody else is going. I guess it'll sort of an exploration. So he'll get up to there if you let him.
Yeah, you can move
All right.
further than that if you like.
Okay. Yeah. So just, I guess seeing this door open, he's gonna go, well, I know where Helena went now, and kind of start following her in.
Okay. All right, so Millie, as you're sort of examining the statue, you see that there are 3 glass vials sitting on the back, just behind the statue itself. One of them, 2 of them are sort of silvery black, sludgy sort of liquid in them. The other appears to be a healing potion. It's sort of a shimmering, reddish wine color.
We'll take all 3 and put the healing potion stored well away from the other 2.
Okay. It seems to be a finer quality than it's probably a potion of greater healing. And for the viewers out there, I have reset the challenge to give the party a healing potion. So what else does Millie do after she stows those vials away? Clifford is trapping the door that the goblins are currently trying to pry and hammer their way through. To little or no success at the moment.
Hurry up, Cliff. We should get out of this area before those few get in here.
I'll be right behind you. Get out of here.
I'll follow Millie. Millie will follow where X, Lokag, and Helena have vanished to. Finding X. X, do you need some healing?
I'm at a 3rd life, roughly. I need healing, but not desperately.
We can give you a potion of greater healing. Got 2 of those.
Okay, well, I will take the potion, but I won't drink it right away.
All right. He says, I found this. You might need it. You are looking a bit worse for the wear than the rest of us.
Thank
just
you.
in case another
I
one appears
do.
through a wall somewhere.
Yeah, X has got some pretty serious burns on his forearms and the side of his face. His clothes are singed from the alchemical fire. All right, Clifford, as you... oh, go ahead, sorry.
And then the last thing, kind of just getting over here, Millie will use a 5 points lay on hands to remove poison from herself.
Oh, okay, that would have faded after
Oh, that's right.
about
That would
2
have
rounds.
rounds.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. I'm going to remove it.
Yes, you wouldn't need to use those lay on hands.
Wonderful.
All right. Coming back around to the top of the order with Clifford as you finish up that trap. Anything else do you do in this chamber? Do you move to rejoin your allies or some third thing I haven't thought of?
I'll take it in and see if there's anything interesting, that catches his eye, just, with his passive perception. But otherwise, he'll find his way out and try to join the rest of the group.
Okay. Well, after witnessing the explosion of the Fey Stone, you kind of eye that and think it'd be useful if you could take some of that with you. But you also saw how volatile the stuff is. You might not have time to carefully excavate it at the moment, but go ahead.
Try. Yeah, he'll take the risk. He'll collect some if he thinks it might be good ammunition. He'll take his chances.
Okay. Make another sleight of hand.
All right. Sleight of hand. Oh, I'm gonna do inspiration on that because for some reason I think that might explode. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my mind for the episode. 14.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to get a chunk the size of 2 fists.
All right.
And the rest of the crystal, the whole thing shivers and light sort of explodes inside it, but it doesn't itself detonate.
I'll deliver them to X and say, "Hey, you think these will be safe inside that haversack?" And he's got his hands holding a little crystal. Ooh.
I'm reluctant to add that to the bag.
Yeah, I don't know how this stuff works. I'll keep it in my sack here and just try not to... Well, I'll throw it at him if something comes up, I suppose. And that's, I think, about as far as he can get.
No, we're in exploration. You can get up with the others.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he'll essentially join the others. Keep a little bit to the back, unless they want him to lead. But I'm happy to let Helena lead the way.
All right. And X, yeah, since we're in exploration, X, you can rejoin the others unless there's other things you want to do in that chamber.
Nope, I just want to be toward the back.
Okay. So yeah, the corridor is about 10 feet wide, about 15 feet long, and there's a very narrow passage that sort of arcs off the left and goes back west from here. So the one goes almost due north, maybe a little bit westerly, and the other kind of cuts back and goes west. So as you all, look through the secret goblin door and see that the path forks before you, what does Helena think you all should do? Go straight, go to the left, or split up, go explore both directions at once?
Let's see. I think I'm feeling the left. Yeah. Arbitrary as it may seem, let's go left.
All right. Does anybody argue that?
Oh, wait. Whoa. My screen went black.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, something's happening,
yes,
but it's not you.
It's not you. It's not you, definitely.
Well, I think going left is the right thing to do.
Ooh.
I see what you did there.
It's hard to argue with.
Right?
No, left.
That's just logic. It's just common sense.
Just a moment to reveal some of this stuff. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it'll just take a moment.
I just lost all of my browsers.
Helena dropped the orb and cast darkness over it.
The world. You shouldn't drop the orb. The world ends when you drop that orb.
Crap.
So it's pretty dark in there.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's
I'll
pretty
fill in
dark.
space.
It's pretty dark in there, Helena. When you look,
The Cliff's got the dark.
Does she
vision.
have?
You don't, he can, I think I can see ahead here if you want me to take lead. Elaine.
Yeah. Get in here. Let's go.
All right. Yeah, it looks clear. Hold on. You just stay right behind me, and I'll keep an eye out. And
All right.
Stealth his way through the left hallway.
all right.
Away.
Let's see your stealth check.
All right. Stealth.
She's like behind him with her crossbow ready to go.
Nice. Okay.
Awesome.
Did you also want to make a stealth check for Helena?
Heck yeah, I got that +2 with my hippogriff feather.
That's right.
That's right.
Guidance.
And guidance. Ah, yes. Let's do it. Yeah, we definitely want that guidance.
Yeah. A 15 for Clifford.
Guidance is D6
D4.
or D4. Okay.
So you're at 11 right now with the hippogriff feather and a 14 total. So a 14 stealth for Helena and a 15 for Clifford. So Clifford, you can see again the back of another secret door. You can imagine that it is painted and covered with pieces of rock on the other side. And you can see the simple iron catch to open the door.
I'll listen at the door.
Okay.
I'll signal that I've kind of, as Lena follows up behind him, he'll kind of signal, hold on.
You hear a goblin speaking. Get up, the others are. Someone's invaded. Some folks from the town. Get up, you maggots. One goblin trying to rouse some other goblins. It is to the left, on the other side of the door. You can hear it coming from the left.
He kind of looks at her, Helena, like, go time?
Oh yeah.
He'll see about what the others are doing and let them kind of catch up. And then, meanwhile, he'll sort of inspect the door and see how it opens, if there's an obvious trigger to...
From this side, it's pretty obvious, yeah. You can see it's just a simple kind of iron catch.
So I'll do the equivalent of, like, ready action to open the door once everyone, like, kind of catches up.
Okay. Well, you all can go ahead and move into position then, as Helena's just behind you anyway. Sees, you can see Clifford moving up. It's very dim. You kind of lose him. You just get the shape of him a bit. And Lokag, X, and Millie can also move in. Unless you all wanted to hang back.
We got this fight. You can all just have a drink while we kill some goblins. Yeah, I don't know if anyone needs light, but no fear.
I mean, it could help, but it also gives us the advantage, sort of.
Yeah, well, the goblins don't care about it, but
They're sleeping. Maybe once they're not sleeping anymore.
I just follow glowing golden girl.
Yeah, does Millie have her sword out with
oh yeah, the sword
producing
blue.
flaming light?
Yeah, pretty probably as soon as we are moving through.
Okay. So yeah, it illuminates the irregular shape of the wooden door. And once you all are in the corridor, you can all hear that goblin shouting, or not shouting, it's sort of whispering harshly to the other goblins.
Cliff will throw the door open.
All right. Give me a moment to reveal.
All right. Rapier in hand. Shield ready.
That's probably a little too far for you. But you see one goblin getting out of its bed, and you can hear the rustling of several others. As you throw the door open, there's a shout from one of the goblins, and you can hear a bowstring, you can hear the cocking of a crossbow. So, Helena, you had a ready action. You're kind of far back to see anybody, but that ready action could be to move forward.
I mean, might as well not waste that, I guess. Guess here? I don't know.
Is there any kind of cover in the room?
The only thing that you can see, let's see here. This is looks like another corridor to the north. Let me reveal that. Let me make sure that you all can see this on stream. And it's completely dark in the chamber. The goblins have no torches or brazier or any other form of light. But you can hear the creaking and groaning voices of sleepy goblins as they are roused, or being roused. And yeah, so Helena, you currently, let's see here, you can make out the corridor to the north if you wanted to sort of get some cover behind that wall. But you currently probably can't see any goblins from where you're at. Just that dim light from Millie's that's goes to about here as it reflects off the walls.
Well, I definitely want to take cover if I can't, see any immediate goblin to attack.
Okay. All right, so Clifford opens the door. Helena charges through. What does Millie do? Does she have any ready actions?
Millie's kind of ready to action is very much the same. Just to get in there, try to get in front.
Okay. Go ahead and move up to your movement and position yourself where you like. I'll reveal a bit based on where you move to with your light.
Hey,
Again, kind of trying to find cover if it exists.
Where Millie is the most amount of cover. Where Helena is.
Where Helene is, yeah.
Yeah, up that little side corridor.
Yeah, that's trying to get to like there.
Okay. Yeah.
Which looks like it's still behind that kind of ridge.
Yeah, you'd be able to throw yourself just barely on that corner, packed in with next to Helena. All right. What about X?
I'll just keep moving up, and I don't want to be in the front since I'm low on hit points. I'm just gonna wait for the combat to start and cast Bless. That's my plan.
Okay. What about Lokak?
Lukag will move. So I was debating whether to rage or move, and I think I'd rather move.
Okay.
Got Strider on, so there. Okay, awesome. I know I'm out in the open. It's okay.
All right. And Clifford, you said you opened the door, so everyone go ahead and highlight your tokens and roll initiative.
Yeah.
X, any chance you want to swap initiatives?
When we redid our characters in Jumpgate, I
Oh,
get
you don't
that.
have. Okay, that's
Yeah, I
fine.
don't have that.
Alrighty.
All right. Let's see. We got X, we got Helena Clifford, we got Millie, and Lokag. Awesome. So at the top of the order, one of the goblins. Let's see here. Moves forward to here. Oh, give me just a moment. Fires a short bow at Lokag. Actually, it gets up and can't move quite that far. Give me just a moment. It fires from the darkness, at least from Lokag's perception. And you can hear it sort of scramble off of its bed. Its booted feet drop to the floor. You can hear the sort of slinking of chainmail. And another repeats that same for a 23 to hit Lokag.
That one will hit.
Sorry, this is supposed to
Did
be-
the other one? Did the other one attack?
Yeah, the other one attacked for an 11.
Okay, cool. But that, that one hits.
For some reason, it's not rolling damage. So 4 damage. And it also kind of scampers back, and Millie, you can see it drop behind the sort of stuffed sack of its bedding. And next in the order is X.
I'm currently hidden from these guys. Could I just peek around the corner? You know what? Skip that.
Yeah, you are
I'm gonna
rolling
move
in.
forward.
Okay.
We're gonna cast bless, and I'm gonna bless everybody except Elena. So
Clifford, Lokag, and Millie.
get Clifford a dot,
Got
and
it.
then I'll move back just around the corner, and then I'll make a stealth roll, and I'll be done with my turn.
Okay. X coming in with the support right out of the gate. Another rolls out of its bed, takes a shot at Millie. And drops back and sort of hugs the wall. And the arrow misses outright. Millie doesn't even have to raise her shield as the arrow whistles past her ear. Next in the order is Helena. Currently, with the light from Millie's sword, you can see one laying on the bed. It's prone, so you get disadvantage to attack that one. But if if you move in, you'll be able to see one that's just around the corner, and another one laying on the bed. So you can attack the one on the bed with disadvantage since it's prone, or you could sort of move up front and be vulnerable to attacks and get a single roll on another goblin.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack the one that's prone.
Okay.
And yeah, bless is something I gotta call out beforehand.
Bless it just goes. Once he casts it on you, it just goes. And
You
It's
you
free every
ca-
turn.
you're the non-blessed target, and also
Oh,
if you wanted to wait for him to sit up, you could just either delay your initiative or ready an action too.
True. And you don't think
Oh.
they've detected Millie or Helena yet. So it'd be just
Also
Okay, well
just
that
pull
seems
out your
reasonable.
daggers or your short swords and stab him while he's down, and you'd be at
I'd be
at
putting
advantage.
myself-
But you would
I'd
be,
be put-
you're getting surrounded pretty quickly, probably.
Those are tough guys in there.
a couple of them anyway, yeah.
Yeah, tough enough. Okay, so it does seem reasonable that I didn't know I could do that actually, like kind of delay my initiative like that. So what does that mean? Because that's the first time I've encountered that. Because it seems reasonable she'd wait, to have like an opportunity if they haven't noticed her yet.
Yeah. You would just we would just drop your initiative down to wherever you wanted, and it would be that way for the rest of combat. So if you wanted to go after Lokag or X, then we'd put you. Or actually, no. If you wanted to go, say, after Lokag, once he ran in, we'd put you at like 3.12, right between him and the last Shatterbone.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that because I think she'd wait till after Lokag attacked anyway.
Okay.
Sensible call.
All right. The next in the order is Clifford.
I was just looking at my spells. Did I use up all my spells in the last adventure? I'm not sure if I have any spells left.
The only spell that we had you cast, I think, was the Spike Growth.
Oh, okay. Good. Then I have other spells. Gosh, Spike Growth might be a fun thing to do.
I know you had cast at some point Pass Without Trace, though, to get everybody in and take out the sleeping
All right.
goblins.
So let me make sure I check those off. Cool. So I would have used a couple second level spells. All right, that makes sense. So I wouldn't have any second level spells left, but I would have my first levels. Good. Well, I think he's going to move in and get there just right up next to Millie. That's, I think, 30. And then, I think he's going to pull out the pistol. And at this point, I don't think we're being quiet. So he doesn't need to use his silence bullets. And he's going to whip out the pistol and he's going to fire. See. Where's the pistol? And he'll shoot at. Is there a guy standing up? Not the one on the ground. Shatterbone.
Let's see. What is the range of your dark vision again? You got 60 feet.
30
30
feet, I think.
Okay.
I should be able to get
So
Shatterbone here.
that one is hiding behind the bed. So there's currently not any standing that you can see. He's around the corner.
Yeah.
You can't see him. He's
I
around
can
the
move
corner.
I can move another 5 feet. Is that enough to see him?
Yeah, he'll get some cover.
All right. I'll try it from there then. That seems fine.
Okay.
Pistol away. 19 plus bless too.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that bless.
All right.
With that 3/4 cover, he's got some beefy AC.
Oh boy.
Well, actually, yeah. With just a single point, that's enough to hit.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Awesome. Then roll damage, and he's going to add a little action to that. He'll add his Hunter's Mark
Okay.
bonus action, we'll put that in there. Cast that, and that gives him a D4, an extra D4 when he hits, right? So.
I thought it was a
roll damage?
D6. Am I wrong?
Hunter's Mark
No,
is
you're right.
D6
Yeah,
when
that's what I
you
thought.
hit with an attack.
All right, so another 4 damage plus the 9, so 13.
You can feel free to describe or pass as you take out the goblin.
Oh yeah, I'll describe it. Bullet goes right through the middle of his forehead. He looks surprised, and that's the last thing you see is his face of surprise as he sort of stands there with the bullet in his head and drops to the ground.
Nice.
And that's where I'm at.
All right. Another one sort of scampers to its feet. Let's see here.
Did you make 2 attacks, buddy?
Oh, I do have 2 attacks.
That's right, you do.
That's true. All right. Does it take I guess it takes an action to load another bullet, or I guess I'm not sure how your mechanics work for the pistol. If it's a revolver style, or if I need an action to do that.
It's not revolver style, but you could kind of pre-prepare some of your charges.
I'll use
but it would at least take a bonus action or some sort of part of your
interaction.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll say object interaction's fine.
All right. So I'll fire again at the next guy. That's another 18. Let's bless.
All right.
So. Yeah, that's 22.
Which one are you firing at? Because so far the rest of them are prone. One is hiding, is completely out of sight behind the bed, and the others are prone.
I guess I'll shoot the prone one, which would mean I got to do another roll. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. I'll go ahead and take my chances with the roll.
So there's currently you can see 2 prone goblins.
Okay, so that's 15.
All right, a 15 is going to hit.
Woohoo! But thanks for that bless. 10 piercing damage.
Now which one did you attack? Go ahead and ping on
it. Let's say this guy, I guess.
That one's the one that's hiding, out of sight.
Oh, okay, then it would be, let's say this guy.
Okay.
Lower
Prone
down.
one, so whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah, one of the prone ones. And then, does the hunter's mark, does it transfer to, once you kill somebody, does it transfer to the other? If it drops to 0, you can take a bonus action to move the mark.
Right. Use your bonus action already, I think.
To cast it, yeah. So I don't know if I can move it next turn or if it's gone. But,
Next turn you can. It'll remain on the corpse until you move it. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Yeah.
It's very good policy. Still a policy. All right, I'm done.
All right. Let's see here.
Pew 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 pew.
All right. Let's see here. There is the snap of another short bow from the darkness toward Clifford. This one is not hidden. Well, it is out of sight. You can't see it. Goodness. It's going to be with advantage then. And so an 18 to hit Clifford.
Let's see. His AC is 20. Oh, no.
Nice. Okay. You hear the goblin beat feet. It sounds like it moves off to the north and takes cover.
Ooh.
Next in the order is Millie. Many of the goblins have not even gotten up yet. Are awake. They're conscious, but a lot of them are still prone.
Move to right there, see what I see.
All right. As the glow of your sword illuminates the chamber pretty well. Of course, the far west side of the chamber is kind of cast in dim light. There is a goblin sort of crouching behind one of the beds. Another is... Yeah, there's 2 that are... you can hear them. You see one as you step into the chamber. You see one who's crouching pretty low behind one of the beds. The others are all prone, but you hear another one sort of standing or crouching behind the other bed.
I'll go to the one crouching behind this bed. Just say you should have stayed asleep and swing at it.
With bless.
$15 to hit.
Let's see here. Just a moment. 15 is going to hit.
8 slashing damage.
deeply into the goblin's forearm. Makes a hiss of pain. Tries to bring its shield back up. Oh no, this one has a bow. Yeah. But it does not fall.
Slash down. Okay, that's 19 to hit.
10.
Another 10 slashing damage.
You can feel free to describe what passes you take down the Shatterbone.
The light emitting sword just slices through the bow and then into the upper torso of the Shatterbone.
Nice.
Billy then goes on guard against these other 3 goblins to her left.
All right. Any bonus actions for Millie?
Nope.
All right. One goblin jumps out of bed, plucks up the bow nearby, and fires at Millie. With an 8 to hit.
Certainly not.
It scampers away, but does not get very far. The other goblin screams as it pulls two long daggers up out of its bed and slashes once and twice. Oh, give me just a moment. Okay, I'm just going to use the scimitar. It's going to say scimitar, but these are dagger attacks. No, it's a bonus action, so it can only attack with 1. But it does get, as it screams in its own language, Clifford, you hear, "One eye! Let my blade feed!" And it slashes out and hits Millie for a nat 20, 24 to hit.
Yep, it's crit.
For a total of 11 damage. It then disengages. It's stood up for 15 feet. It then disengages, stomps over the other bed, and drops down, sort of cowering behind the other. Somehow.
Sorry, I accidentally deleted my token. I was trying to do something.
Oh, okay. We had you at
I got it right here.
14, I think.
Yep, got it plugged in to the turn order.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, well, now his token's gone.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. He's back.
All right, so I'll go ahead and put it in. Lokag. So next in the order is Lokag.
Lokag will run up to this goblin in the corner. He'll rage as he runs in, and he's going to take. Let's see. He's going to take Rage of the Bear to have those other resistances.
Okay, nice.
And he is going to take an. I'm sorry. I only meant for him there. He's going to take a reckless attack at with the glaive, the glamour, at that goblin, or a 29 to hit.
29 is going to hit.
And that's 13 damage.
Feel free to describe or pass as you take the goblin out with one blow.
This is almost embarrassing for the goblin because it's it is sort of like he's running past it. He just kind of slices off its head in passing and heads up to the other 3 using his remaining movement and makes a second attack on the goblin savage.
Okay. And
Same thing, reckless and glamour for a 30 to hit.
is going to hit.
Right. And that'll be I think I can do better. I'm going to savage attack that. I could not do better. So, 11 damage.
Not one of the stronger goblins. You can feel free to describe or pass as you take the goblin out.
So he runs in, slices the head off of the fleeing goblin, and then immediately just kind of does like a little spin with his glaive and pirouette, rotate, and just a thrust through the chest of the goblin savage. And he says, "Don't touch Golden Girl." And he snarls at the other two goblins in bed.
Nice. That's rage, attack, movement.
Yep.
Nice. Next in the order is Helena.
All right, that's what she was waiting for. Can I, if I get out of cover, can I see that Shatterbone?
Which one?
If I move here, the one that was right next to the Goblin Savage that Lokag just took out.
You have to move in a little further, maybe to about here or here.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see it from there.
All right, I'm going to shoot him, and I'm not going to shoot him once. I'm going to shoot him twice.
Nice.
Let me make sure. Let's see. Okay, I'll turn Septic Strikes off for the first one and turn it on for the second one.
Okay.
14.
Let's see here. These are shooting with a bow, do not have shields, so that 14 is going to hit.
Oh, thank God. 12.
All right. As the arrow of light slams through the goblin's shoulder, it gives a screech of pain, but does not fall.
Well, let's try again then. 22.
That's a hit for sure.
I forgot to turn my Septic Strikes on. Oh, it looks like it put it in there because I just turned it on.
Okay, yeah, see it this time.
Yeah. Sweet. 11.
You can feel free to describe or pass as you take out the goblin.
That's all.
Nice. Oh, man. The goblin nearby sort of hops up, and it also has a bow, fires at Lokag with advantage. He's the closest one, and he was recklessly attacking. So a 14 to hit Lokag.
Lokag Matrix dodges it. Like that.
Nice.
And he uses his glaive, like he puts the hammer in the ground and uses it to come right back up.
Goblin dodges around the chamber, ducks back behind one of the beds, gets cover from most of you. But if someone stepped up, maybe on this goblin savage, you'd be able to see it pretty clearly. Next in the order is X.
Okay, so X is hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Ish. So this guy has cover from everybody,
Yeah,
he said?
he's got full cover. He's completely hidden. He is prone behind the bed.
Let's see if he's within 70 feet. Nope.
But if you wanted to advance into
All right,
the
well,
chamber,
X
he
is
probably
gonna-
wouldn't see you, being behind the bedding and all.
Well, the problem is that I can't get my sneak attack no matter what I do. All right, I can move in this far. I can target him with my Toll the Dead. I
Nice.
believe. Let me check.
Okay.
Let me check that real quick. Make sure I got the range. Yeah, 60-foot range, so I can Toll the Dead on him.
All right. Wisdom saving throw for the goblin.
Yep.
A 12. Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be public. Goodness.
16 is the
Yeah, I was going to say that doesn't save for yours. So yeah, let's
target.
see damage. It has not been hurt yet, however.
Yep, so it's 2d8. And I don't know why it put sneak attack damage in there. It's 15. 15 without the sneak.
Feel free to describe or pass. Maybe you might only see the result of the magic as the goblin's hidden from view, but feel free.
So X sees him down there behind cover. He can't do sneak attacks, and he's thinking, what can I... Oh, yeah, I've got this. Cantrip time, right? So his Toll the Dead is the silvery hands that reach up out of the ground. So the goblin's prone on the ground. He thinks he's safe. He's hiding from everybody. And all these hands just come up out of the ground and just start pulling at him. He dies of fright.
Nice. Goblin dies screaming.
All right, I'll use my bonus attack action to stealth.
Okay. Next in the order is Clifford.
Clifford, I think you're muted.
You're muted.
Yes, I was muted. Thank you. Yeah, Cliff's gonna work his way up. He wants to kind of see up this way, so he'll do a stealth and then kind of do a hide.
Okay.
And I'll roll that and then try to work his way up through there, see what he sees.
Okay. So moving under stealth, you're at half speed, so you can move another 5 feet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm still blessed, so does blessed affect skills? I don't think it does.
It doesn't. No, that's guidance.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's just taking it chill and just making sure there isn't anyone coming this way.
Let's see. There is not nothing coming that way, but there is something hiding that way. You can just barely see one of the goblins that fled the chamber. It's back to the wall, and it's looking back west, sort of looking around the corner, expecting someone to come from the other way. It does not. With that stealth check, actually, that 8, it definitely hears you, kind of turns its head, so it's not going to be with advantage. The goblin is aware of you.
All right. I think I had to use my action to do the stealthing, or is that just part of movement?
No, that's definitely an action for you if you don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I got. He'll just hug the wall and kind of, keep the cover.
Okay.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. That goblin darts away from you. You all hear it. Millie, you kind of see it as it rounds the corner.
Oh, he would do one thing with his bonus. He'll put the hunter's mark on that thing. So
Okay.
A little sparkle in his eye kind of, draws a line towards the new goblin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's know. Let me try this again.
Beat the little bugger.
Yeah, it darts away. Next in the order is Millie.
Okay. There's no more goblins alive in this room.
All dead.
You said there was a corridor directly to the north from where we came out, correct?
Yeah, Clifford just went that way.
Alright, there's not one like here though.
Oh no, I'm sorry. There's a heavy stone door back to the east.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I apologize. I meant to reveal that when you came onto the map.
That's all right. he would have had to deal with the goblins first anyway.
Or down the hall.
I don't know. I'm very turned around in this place.
Go to the door and just see, dash to the door, see if it's openable.
Follow Cliff.
Seems to be locked. Or at least bolted from the other side. You see there's handles like a handle to open it. But you can hear a bar on the other side as it rattles.
Alright, I will then take my movement back towards this way. And that's my movement and dash action. That's all I got.
Okay.
Unless we're out of initiative. I doubt.
Well, let's see here. We'll finish this round out, and then if you choose not to chase the goblin, we'll move back into exploration. So, what does Lokak do?
We got Bless running. Make use of it, y'all.
Does this open up over here up top, or do I need to come back around?
No, it does open up. It's hard to
Okay.
see now that Millie has left the area. But yeah, you could kind of make out a corridor off to the northwest.
Okay. I'm going to use my action to like kind of stow my glaive and light a torch.
Okay.
So am I able to do, like, I guess I'm just holding my glaive in one hand and I've got a torch in the other.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, and then I'm gonna so get that lit, and I'm gonna rush up and kind of like peek around that corridor.
Okay. So there is light in the chamber beyond. It's dim from smoldering braziers in the area.
Ah.
So yeah, you can see ahead of you.
$25. Still raging. 40. We move up the corridor a little bit.
All
here.
right, you can see the goblin illuminated by that brazier. It sort of
Ah.
turns back, and it's eyeing you with a mixture of anger and fear.
I'm gonna toss my torch to the ground and point the glaive at it, and just make like one of those, like spin the glaive and kind of put my hand up and just do just beckon it forward as a challenge. But I'm not gonna go any further into the chamber. I might cautiously step up to the edge of the corridor, but I don't want to walk out into like a full view of the place.
You see to the north in that chamber, there's an ugly red light playing along the floor and walls. And you see, let's see if you can have this on stream. Yeah. So up here, there's an opening, a tunnel. It seems to be covered by flaming red, like runes that sort of rise up like the tongues of flame or crawl. Sometimes they fade in and out of existence. It seems to be some sort of magical barrier.
I think I'm gonna note it, but I'm definitely going to just be kind of scanning the room for more threats. Thinking like, oh, that'll be a job for me, the party arcanist, later. First, I have to deal with these threats.
Nice. All right. Lokag lights his torch, charges forward. Do you say anything?
No, I don't.
Okay. Next in the order is Helena.
Yeah, this is always This is why Helena always does something stupid right now, because she's like, well, we killed stuff, now what? So, I'm gonna bum around Clifford and look, I don't know, look to see if I can see any other things or directions or, I don't know, my map looks weird, so I don't know what I can see and what I can't.
You probably see Lokag setting up to fight somebody, and Clifford's coming towards you.
Okay.
Yeah, you see
Heading
Lokag
towards
dart
the
off
ground.
to the northeast or northwest.
Well, then she would naturally, I think, go that way then.
Okay.
But obviously not first, like the rat that she is.
Okay. What about for your action? You just ready in action or what?
Yeah, I'm ready to shoot something if I see it, as soon as I see it. Indiscriminately.
Okay. Nice.
Children.
If they're goblin children. All right. Given that, yeah, you're very close to another goblin, we are going to continue in combat initiative. So top of the order, what does X do? You see Lokag and Millie or Helena move off to the northeast or northwest. See Millie check the stone door, and move back towards you.
Okay. I'm just gonna book it up around here and catch up with the party.
Shortcut to the left, that's an opening to the. You don't have to go all the way around.
Oh, that's an opening?
Yeah. By Helena, so you can go direct towards Helena.
Yeah, that's why I got confused. That's why I went backwards, to be honest.
What happened?
That was a wall. I thought this was a wall.
Oh, I'm
I'm
so
gonna
sorry.
sneak up-
No.
Look. I'm gonna sneak up right behind Lokag and try to get a shot off on this guy.
Okay.
Nice.
If I can still be hidden, that'll give me advantage.
All right, you had an 11 on your check.
Yep.
All right, let's see here. Give me just a moment. Yep. The goblin would not notice you.
Nice.
Right, 24 is gonna hit for sure.
Okay, 14 damage.
All right. Feel free to describe or pass as you drop the goblin.
Lokag is like swinging his glamour around and taunting the goblin. And X comes up real low, sneaking like close to the ground, and he just fires the shot between Lokag's legs. So the arrow, the crossbow bolt just comes out and snipes the goblin. I'm not sure Lokag even knew I was there, and then I'll just kind of sneak back here. And hide
Lokag
behind
has
Helena a little bit.
a really smug expression on his face and just thinks, that was my plan all along.
That's me. I'm done.
Okay. Lokag, Helena, and X. You all can hear the sounds of other goblins. It's echoing from the west. Sounds like it's coming from the south, like around this corner over here, if you can see where I'm pinging. Sounds like multiple goblins ready and sort of moving in this direction. But Clifford's a little out of range to hear them and tell you what they're saying. It sounds like more are coming. What does Clifford do?
I think I should post up next to Lokag. So 30 would be there, another 30 behind him, and he'll use his bonus action to. Well, I guess he won't be able to use the bonus action yet. Does he see? He doesn't see anybody there coming from below yet.
You see?
So,
No, not yet.
Yeah. So so he'll just stay, kind of in the corner here behind the wall, right behind Lokag. Looks like we're gonna have some fun, buddy. And he will pull out his rapier. Be ready to go full melee.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So let's see here. Millie, since you were confused by the map, you could take some extra movement this turn. What does Millie do?
Alright. Millie will dash back, heading back towards the party. Yeah, I mean, the goal is just going to be to get kind of up here with Lena and them. To the north, they're to. Well, I get. What do we see up here?
So you see, it's hard to see what's beyond it, but there is an opening, a cavern mouth. It is covered with flaming red runes that seem to wink in and out of existence, or crawl upward like tongues of flame. They seem to be comprised of a lurid red fire.
We have that path to the north, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this goblin seemed like it was.
Yeah, from there you can hear the sounds of goblins echoing from. You can see where I'm pinging. Like sounds like they're coming from back to the south.
Okay.
Perhaps down here somewhere.
Yeah, are we in exploration mode now or initiative?
Currently, still in initiative mode.
Okay. I'll do my dash move, and that's it.
All right. So Lokag,
Towards the party.
as X fires just past you, dropping the goblin nearby, you can hear the shouting from beyond. What does Lokag do?
After scoffing at the goblin and smirking at his brilliantly laid plan, I think so. Lokag is going to kind of he's going to try and be stealthy, and he's going to scout ahead and then come back. I think,
Okay.
depending on what he sees. So he's going to try and be a little stealthy here. Use some of that Arcana luck that I got. Perfect. 11 stealth.
Nice.
And so Lokag's going to sneak up. Let's see. I'll move.
So remember, you're moving
Kind
at
of
half
around
speed.
Oh, moving at half speed?
Yeah, you're under stealth. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
So you could dash and move 30 feet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I still have my action. All right. So I've got so I have 55 feet of movement. So yeah, that should just be 20 feet right there.
Okay. Kind of see around the corner. You see a third brazier, and yeah, the sounds of goblins sort of whisper shouts as they coordinate or likely try to chivvy each other into going first. But no goblin. You don't see any goblins yet.
Okay, got it. Okay, Lokag is going to, let's see. So at 55 feet of movement, that's his. So he could move there without taking the dash action, right? So because he's got 55 feet regular, so he'll So he's still got his action. He's gonna bonus action keep his rage going, and he's gonna hold an action to throw a hand axe at the first goblin that comes around the corner.
Okay. Nice. All right. How about Helena?
How about her? She can't see shit.
That's true. Well, you can see the next chamber is
Really?
illuminated dimly by the braziers, and now Millie is next to you, so you've got bright light just around her.
Am I still sneaking?
Yeah, you haven't made any attacks yet.
I don't remember making a stealth check for this go around.
Oh no, you just moved up and ready in action. But yeah, you could take your action to make a stealth check.
Yeah, let's do that. Go away. Not bad. +2.
Nice, 22. Heck yeah. Remember, if you're out in the open, that'll give line of sight, and that'll break your stealth if anything happens to look in that area. So you might want to hug walls and that kind of thing.
Think about right there, then.
Okay, you can duck down behind the brazier.
I can't really see what's there. It's just black.
That's so strange.
I'm just guessing. Yeah, my Roll20's been acted funny. I can see some spots and not others.
You could
I can
refresh
see
the
on the
browser.
stream. I'm kind of going by both the stream and... Yeah, I'll do that next. I've been doing that a bunch. It's just not clearing up. But yeah, I can see on the stream I'm in a spot that's good. That's kind of how I'm doing it.
Nice. Resourceful, just like Helena.
Doppler effect there. The delay.
Nice. All right, so before we come around to the top of the order, let's see here. This might be a good spot to take a short break. How does that sound to everybody?
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good to Lokag.
Already?
6:30.
Yeah.
Sounds right. All right. Perfect.
Heck yeah. We can transition back to just the faces. And yeah, I'm going to chill for a second if you all need to go and use the restroom or get snacks or any stuff like that.
Right. Be right back.
All right, heck yeah. So, Joe, I didn't get to catch your stream this Sunday. I was busy. I had a bunch of stuff I was doing all day, moving stuff. So, how'd it go?
It went pretty well. We are in the crux about to introduce characters to each other. And that's always fun because you're like, how do these people interact with each other?
Yeah.
To write character interactions.
Yeah, it's it could be kind of challenging. It could be kind of hit or miss. That little bit of awkwardness or uncertainty. People don't know their characters very well yet, and they don't know the other people's characters at all, really.
Well, the great part of this is I am just a solo person writing a story in my stream, so it's all just coming from. Well, right now it's all just coming from here, unless people throw suggestions into chat.
Oh, nice.
Though I did find some poll extensions, which will hopefully get used not this coming Sunday, because this coming Sunday I'll be on a plane. The Sunday following, perhaps, we'll see what occurs. And if we have to pay the price, then suggestions will be asked for from anyone in the audience via polls.
Heck
So
yeah.
That's the intention.
Well, I should be able to catch
here's-
next week's. Weekend after
now
next.
next week, the week after.
Yeah. Yeah, I will be in the woods
11th.
sword fighting with a bunch of geeks all weekend, so that should be fun.
Nice. Sounds more fun than what I'm going to be doing this weekend. which
Oh
is
no.
Getting on a plane.
Oh, are you going anywhere exciting?
Not really. It's work related.
Mm. Well, I don't fly enough, so getting on a plane is always exciting for me. I'm not one passenger on the plane that's like, ooh, we're taking off. Look how high up we are.
Yeah, it's going to be like, I'm going to wear a mask for all traveling just because it seems like every time somebody travels, they get sick.
Yeah, airports are petri dishes.
Yeah.
If you're there for any
I don't
amount of
have time
time.
for this. I do not have time to get any sicker.
Hey, nobody got time for that.
Literally coming back from the trip to supporting giant events for work, and I'm like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no
I don't
bueno.
have time to be sick.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I will say, like, having had COVID 4 times, the last time was by far the best. I was just tired for like a week. I was just unnaturally sleepy, and I didn't even
Brain
know I was.
fog.
Yeah. I ended up going to the doctor because I was like, I don't think this is my medication. What is this? And they're like, oh, you have COVID. It's really?
Yeah.
This is so easy compared to the other 2 times, which put me flat on my back for a week straight each time.
I think I've had it twice. Once where they were like, yeah, you probably would like whiff the cough and all that. But the other time was just like the brain fog, exhaustion. I was
Yeah.
like, I probably had COVID. Probably should have been like, probably should have tested for that. It was like after, and I was like, oh, I probably had COVID.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oops. Well, hopefully it didn't spread too far from you.
I don't go too far. This summer seems to be the exception, where they're sending me to good old Maryland twice. So if anyone's out there in Maryland and has suggestions of places to go with an hour or 2 of time,
I've never been up that way. I'd like to go to the East Coast.
it's my first time there, so. And I'm in Baltimore area.
I've heard good
That'll
things
be
about
interesting.
Baltimore. I've heard it's a nice city.
I only get like a few hours of freedom.
Ah, okay.
That's
Yeah.
the problem. It's like they send you to these places for work, and you're like a couple hours of free time. I'm even to the point where it's like, do I bother with a rent-a-car that I need to go get gas in before getting it to the airport?
Right. Yeah. It's like
Such
just
a
long
hassle.
enough to make notes of places that you might want to go if you ever come back.
Yeah. It's gonna be like, hey, you guys work in the offices here. Take me somewhere.
Welcome back, Big Bri.
Hello.
How you doing this week?
I'm doing pretty well. So, just plugging along. Pretty basic week for me.
Same.
Is there a cookie factory in Baltimore? I did find a crumble. I can't remember if that's in the place I'm going in July or the place I'm going now. Either way, I will find one.
Not one I have heard of. Crumble.
They're pretty good. Not as good as Insomniac cookies. If you're out there in the world and you find an Insomniac cookies, go to it.
The name does sound pretty promising.
I found it whilst at Boston University at an event hosted by those guys. And then we were like, hey, come to Boulder. And then 2 years later, they were in Boulder. Sure, they made a lot of money off University of Colorado Boulder campus at the time.
Man, I still have not gotten the hang of the ad pre-roll. Like, it'll count to a certain point and then it'll just reset. So I was trying to look at it to time our breaks. And I was like, okay, cool, like 30 minutes. And then I look up 20 minutes later and it
It's
says
already gone.
60 minutes. Yeah, I was like, what the heck happened? How did that... I don't understand any of this. But yeah. It's currently an ad running, I think. I think I nailed it. I guess I can always just make it happen. I think I've got a button for that.
I think you can. Yeah. Might be the
So that's
better way.
That's what I'll start doing. I didn't even think of that. Live and learn. Yeah. So yeah, the stream I did. I didn't stream. Rocky streamed, but yeah, this last Saturday morning, for those out there in Chatland, I ran a stream for some VTubers over in, I think 2 of them are in Japan. So I had to get up really early on Saturday morning to run the stream, and I ran the intro to Goblin Stone, the defending the market square, that initial attack, and it was pretty funny. See if I can find them, pop a link in there.
What's their stream? They have their own little stream?
They do a lot of art, from what I saw.
That sounds
And
cool.
yeah, I'll put them in chat here. It was actually the last one that I saw. I guess it's a couple before. Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah, I'll drop it in chat. The last one that I saw, they were actually doing a piece of art for that stream. And I think I posted it in our Discord last week. But yeah. Oh, that was just a clip from it. Anyway, that is Rocky Guy's channel. It was pretty fun. It was really fun. Looks like most of us are back. Pon, you with us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Excellent, excellent. All right. All right, so as you all start to group up right around this corner, you all can hear goblins moving towards you, and then the sounds sort of fade away as the goblins start to sneak towards you. Now, your goal has been to get toward the center of this floor, right? To find that void and climb. You were planning on climbing down from here. So the next direction for you to go is try to get through this door of flaming red runes. But with goblins approaching from the south, sneaking as best they can, you all might have, you might need a few different plans. So, who makes suggestions about what? What does X suggest?
Kill them all. We must kill all the goblins before we may proceed.
All right. What about Clifford?
I think I might do a fog cloud. We're doing our zero kind of intro round. He's probably going to obscure the area, buy us a little time. That's what I'm thinking.
Nice. Okay.
Or we rush him, but see what the vibe is when it's his turn.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you all kind of whispering quickly to each other. Does anybody like that suggestion? Does anybody turn that, shoot that suggestion down?
Cliff starts to pull out a pipe, lights it up.
Fog cloud might be a good idea. Is anyone skilled in the arcane?
Oh, I am.
Yes, Lokek. Decipher this door.
Not right now. I'm busy.
Hey, X, get the door. I'm just gonna have a smoke for a sec.
All right. Well, what about Millie? What does she suggest?
We need to get through this door as quickly as possible.
All right. What about Helena?
Sure we don't want to try to make another one a pet of ours?
More rats.
What about...
That worked so well last time.
It did for a minute.
They're fragile little creatures.
What about Lokak? What does he suggest?
Lokag is very busy focusing on the corner. He's got his hand out in front of him, and he's got that hand axe raised. He's just ready to throw a hand axe at the first goblin that comes around. He goes, "Don't you worry. I got this corner covered. You do what you need to do." But he does it quietly, as he can.
All right. You all can hear, at least Yeah, Lokag and Helena, you can hear two goblins creeping up just around this corner. You can hear the sounds of a few other goblins, back behind, attempting to be stealthy, but they're not doing so good at it. You can definitely hear some of them moving. But there's definitely a few. You heard them sort of shouting and talking to each other. So you suspect that there's several that have, that are moving pretty stealthily, just to the south around that corner.
Elena kind of gestures to everyone like there's a few, if they can translate her hand signals.
All right, so X's thought is to sort of, post up and keep killing the goblins. Millie thinks we need to get through the door as quickly as possible. And everyone else is somewhere in between. Let's see here. All right. Well, X, you are at the top of the order. So what does X
Set my
do?
initiative to 7, please.
All right. Okay, give me just a moment. You hear another set of goblin footsteps sneaking up to that corner to the west. What does Clifford do?
Clifford's going to move forward. As he's moving forward, I think he'll come up next to Lokag. He's got his pipe in his mouth. He looks very relaxed as he approaches him, and he blows out these smoke rings downward towards the south. And he's going to fill up the whole area down below in a kind of fog cloud. So I think it's 20 by 20. I'm going to see what. I don't know if I can create a little circle, or if the app does that. If I have to.
Yeah, if you use your measuring, hit the ruler for the measuring tool, and it'll
Just draw it.
Yeah, just draw it out. And
Yeah, okay, cool.
leave it there for a second, and I will
I think it's
bring out a
like 20
token.
by 20, something like that. I'm not sure if I got the right size, but so I think whatever will mess them up. So I kind of like the idea of them having nowhere to hide. I'm going to do it right on the edge. So basically, everyone's ready to just attack anyone who comes out of this, but it's enough to obscure. And then Cliff will walk into the fog with his last 5 feet.
All right. Hold that measuring
So-
tool up for me.
Yeah, let me try it.
20-foot
It should be
radius.
20. Is that 20? Oh, it's like maybe 5 feet too big. Hold on, I'm going to shrink it. Hold on. How do I shrink it? Pretty close. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's it. There we go. That's beautiful. And Cliff kind of smiles at Lokag. Wait for it. And then, yeah, so he's ready with his rapier in hand. And as he goes in there, he can finally use the bonus action to move the hunter's mark. But I don't know if he sees anybody before he does that, if he noticed anybody as he moved in that he could transfer to. Otherwise, he does not.
All right, so from there, you don't see anyone.
Yeah, then he wouldn't be able to move the hunter's mark yet. So that's it. That's his move.
All right. Let's see here.
Could maybe be north a bit. I don't know. The cloud fog could be north a bit, so it's easy. Yeah, I can't control it, but the fog 5 feet north.
Okay, 5 feet to the north.
Yeah, just I don't want him to be able to see the door from there. I want to make that a difficult thing for them. That's cool. Yeah, I can't quite see what's below, but I assume that's a wall.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I can reveal a little bit there to clarify.
Thank you. It's like 8-bit. Like there's all these little
Yeah,
chunks.
yeah.
It's very Minecraft actually. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, if I use the line tool, it'll just reveal the whole map. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I get it. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly how I'd want it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So next in the order, Millie.
All right, Millie will, I guess, go towards the door. Looking at these runes.
Heat comes from that wall of fiery runes. You get the feeling that if you put your hand on it or try to walk through it, it'll burn you.
Interesting.
But you can
Arcana check.
okay. You can see beyond it now. You see what looks like a roughly carved stone walkway. A massive void of space inside it.
Oh.
And what you see make out part of a large circular platform out in the midst of that void.
familiar. This is very familiar.
Yeah, you players have been here before, but these characters have not.
Right. No, but it's kind of exciting as a player to come back here.
Whopping 11.
Guidance.
Nice.
Oh wait, guidance is touch range. Never mind.
Right now that's been revealed. I'm going to zoom back in a little bit. So yeah, Millie, as you move up and check the door, check the corridor. Yeah, a magical barrier of fire. You're only, with that arcana, there's got to be some way to open this. The goblins can traverse this. Perhaps it's something only that the goblin wizards and spellcasters can do.
Yeah, she'll just kind of turn back and say, I don't know how to get through this, but they've got to have their own ways to do so. I'll move kind of off to the side and just stand ready to fight anything that comes around the fog cloud, I guess.
Okay. Next in the order is X.
Okay, movement to move. Bonus action dash with the road cunning action.
Nice. Okay.
Come up here, and I'll take out that amulet that that's able to do the pass wall thing to get us through into the stone from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try to use it right on the edge of this doorway and see if it will pass wall through here.
As you pull out the amulet, the shimmering curtain of flaming red runes parts and vanishes.
Beautiful.
And that's just an object interaction, plus your cunning action dash, so you still have an action if you choose to use it. You can still
Your
hear
action, should you choose to use it.
Right.
Otherwise, an action will be given to you from the state.
All right. Is there enough?
It's me. I'm the state.
Is there enough cover here for me to hide?
From anything inside the massive chamber, yeah, you could hide. You could hug the wall.
Okay. So I'll do that, and I'll hide. But before I hide, I'll tell the party the way is open.
You all hear yet another goblin creeping toward this corner as X now tells you that the way is open. What does Lokag do, standing right at the edge of the cloud of fog?
Lokag's torn. He's thinking it might just be good to go through the door, but he's wondering if he should just go try and intimidate those goblins away. They sound scared. I
could change the shape of the fog and the smoke so it looks like scary, like creepy stuff, to add to your intimidation check.
I think with the fog cloud there obscuring our path to the door, I think Lokag's going to be a little disappointed. He's going to put the axe back in his holster, and he's going to walk up to the let's see, he's going to get up to here, and he's going to ask Millie and X, what do you think? You think we just go through the door then? You want me to see what's out there? Sounds good.
X is silent because he really wants Lokag to stay and kill all the goblins, but he knows Millie wants Lokag to go north, so he's kind of like, and then he just points.
Serious face. Your face is more serious than usual. Okay, listen, I'll go check it out. Don't worry. And Lokag starts to step away, and he looks back at Serious face, and he just kind of puts his hand on his shoulder. I imagine he's crouching down, so Lokag has to reach down, and he just goes, "Don't worry, X. There will be more goblins to kill on the other side of dangerous fire door." And then he's going to use the other 15 feet of move. Wait, 30, or 45, 55. He's going to step out onto the bridge. Carefully. As he steps onto the bridge, he's very careful about it. He's going to test it with his foot first.
It is solid stone. You can't tell what's holding it up. There's just a massive void beneath you and above you. You hear, though, a screeching of large reptiles high above you, hundreds of feet, or 100 feet or so.
And do I see anything else down the path or on the? Is it dark in here? I assume we're over that giant lake of sewage and
you can smell it. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's dark in here, other than the 4 doors, so you can see actually across the way. It's illuminating a little bit, enough to silhouette what looks like a large pillar set in the middle of the platform. You can also see to the east and west, there are similar doors that open out onto the void.
Okay. Lokag is going to action dash onto. Can he get up onto the platform there? Does that the bridge lead to it?
The bridge leads to it, yeah.
Okay, cool. He's gonna cross onto the platform.
Okay.
And there he be.
All right. Next in the order is Helena.
I'm just gonna move. I'm having a moment. So put frills on that if you want to.
No worries. Yeah. So where are you moving to?
I'm gonna sneak away with the others.
You gonna follow Lokag?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Natural.
definitely.
Always
Yeah.
come with Lokag.
Yeah, definitely.
See my range back up.
Okay, I can do twice as much.
Yeah. All right. You can. Let's see here. You can Yeah, so as you step out on this massive void beneath you and above you, high above you can hear screeching of some sort of large reptile. But it's hard to see anything in this murky darkness. You can smell the sewage and swamp water down below you. And the red light is illuminating a bit above you and below you. You can use a bonus action to make a perception check if you wanted to.
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
19. Nice. You do see shapes just beneath you. They look like oblong, almost egg-like shapes, but there's each of them have 4 sort of wavering like tentacles sprouting off the top of them. They're roughly on either side of the platform. Here, 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 and here. On the either side of the walkway, that is.
I want to tangle with that.
They're like 30 feet down.
You think they could get me?
They might.
So.
Yeah, run is definitely going to be the next thing. Ugh.
Alright, let's see here. Checking something really quick. Okay, this is a little tricky. 2 of the shapes do rise up. Nope. Just a moment. They float. That's ominous. They float without any sound. No wings or anything. They just seem to levitate upward. They angle themselves toward Lokag as they rise up 30 feet, sort of at an angle. And you can, Helena, you can see them from behind. Lokag, you're sort of dashing forward, so they're kind of coming up behind you. But Helena, you see what looks like red lightning comprised of small little bits of fire. As a beam comes out of one of the stalks. Lokag needs to make a wisdom saving throw. The other one, from another eye stalk, emits like silver blue shimmering shards of ice. A wave of fear comes over you, Lokag, but passes. Now make a dexterity saving throw as you feel like cold splashing over your back.
$15.
Okay. I believe you are still blessed. Yeah, everyone but Helena. So you got a D4.
Yeah.
You can roll on
was
that.
added.
Nope, that was with the bless.
Oh, I see it on there. Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
And I'm sorry I didn't mention. I'll use my bonus action from my last round to keep my rage going.
Okay, that's fair. So yeah, you will take
He does
some-
get the 15 from advantage, though.
Yep, I think so. Because of the danger sense.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay, let's see here. So yeah, you managed to dodge a beam of
Beautiful.
icy cold from one of these creatures.
Ooh.
Do I take half damage on that at all?
None. You completely dodge it.
Woo! Love it.
Sweet. You're the right point person for this.
You all hear heavy booted footsteps from back east. Something likely a goblin sneaking towards you. Give me just another moment. Okay. Bear with me just a moment. Another one of
Let me
those.
know if they get,
Go ahead.
sorry, I was let me know if they get within 10 feet of Cliff. They'll see him.
Will do. Another one of those creatures with the eye stalks drifts upward toward Lokag. And another wisdom saving throw for Lokag as another wave of fear rises up from your subconscious. But you quickly shrug it off. You all can hear another set of goblin footsteps, or two sets of goblin footsteps. It sounds like at least one of them is in the cloud of fog. Next in the order is Clifford.
All right. Well, Clifford keeps the pipe clenched in his mouth in an effort to concentrate on the spell as he moves into the. Which direction does he have a sense with this passive? Which direction the goblin is in the cloud?
Like southwest of you.
All right. He'll move southwest like 10.
There's one right there.
All right. Yeah. He'll hit him with a rapier. Hit that.
There's another one right behind it.
Oh, cool. I'll have enough movement there.
Yes, you can sense it.
Go
It
at
cannot
him.
sense you.
Oh, nice. Beautiful. Doing my combat. Hold on, why is it? Doing mix. Sorry for the delay. Binding
happens.
blade. Yeah. Ooh, I think I rolled very well.
You did a 25.
Yes. And that's so terrible damage, though. 5 damage. At this point, I could use the bonus action to bring the Hunter's Mark to this guy. Can I do that?
You can. Absolutely.
You're
Alright,
concentrating on fog, though, so no.
Oh, the Hunter's Mark goes
Oh,
away when I concentrate
yeah,
on
that's right.
fog. Way to go, DL. Thank you for calling on that. Then I'll just do my next attack. So that's just 5 for that one. Second attack.
Mhm.
It was with advantage, too. I'll fish crit as well. I'm going to do
Not a
one
crit.
fish crit roll. There we go. But the second one hits, so
24?
for another, for another 9, so 14 damage.
Feel free to describe or pass as you take out the goblin.
Yeah, he just kind of nothing really to describe. You just hear it. You just hear a, and you just hear the rapier whipping around as he cuts him. And then he'll move so that he is standing next to the other goblin.
Okay.
So I assume there's a goblin like here or something. So he'll move in position so he's ready to.
Next one
attack
is down here. 5 5 more feet from 10 feet from you.
Yeah, he'll be like 5 feet away. He'll just kind of dance around in there and hold his spot. And he won't say anything. He doesn't want to give his location away. So, yeah, that's it. That's his moves.
Well, with your blind sight, you sense 2 more.
All right. Yeah, he's just ready. He's just ready to dance. He's got the shield up. I'd say if he knows there's that many, he'll move a little bit more towards the middle of the cloud to make it a little harder for them to notice him. So yeah, that's perfect where he's at right now.
Goodness. Alright, I'm gonna have to change that goblin out. Usually, yeah, so there's a thing I'm used to on Roll20 that Jump Gate does not do. So it's hard for me to, people that have on the GM layer, it's hard for me to tell what order they're in the initiative.
Yeah, imagine doing all this analog with no VTT, just on paper.
Another mid-tentacled entity rises up, and from one of the tentacles comes a sort of bright yellow just shaft of light. And another wisdom saving throw for Lokag.
Wow.
Nice.
13.
Success. You are not
Ha-ha!
Yeah, you are not charmed by this creature.
Lokag's actually a monk.
Right? Next in the order is Millie.
All right.
Indeed, X. Bless doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Billy will head out onto the bridge. I assume I see these
You do.
creatures out there. Alright. I have good spells for length ranged weapons, but I'll just switch out to my crossbow. Let's go with I guess this guy here first.
Okay.
To hit.
12 is going to miss. Here's the crossbow snap and it drops down like a foot. And the bolt sails over its head.
Try one more time to shoot it. Yeah.
28.
28.
That's going to hit.
All right, 7.
You hear a pretty high pitch sort of come from the creature.
All right, that is my action. Right. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I can do from there with bonus action. Nope. Okay, that's all I got.
Okay. Next in the order is X.
Okay, I will be able to use the Reaper feature since there's enemies within 5 feet of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to come to here. Should be within 30 feet of both of these guys. Oh, okay. I gotta kind of stand next to Millie here. Can I move around, or is it going to be dangerous? Am I going to fly off this bridge?
No, you can move through that space. You can move through an ally space.
Okay, and then I'm going to make an attack roll against each one of these with poison spray, which is a necromancy.
Ooh.
So, against the injured one, let's see how this works.
That is a con save.
It's a 2-hit roll. It's an attack roll.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's only the 14, right? Because
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
14.
actually have advantage.
Yeah.
Wow.
But both of those are going to hit.
Oh, you have the Reaper? Are you a Reaper? Makes sense.
You know he is.
Of course you're a Reaper.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you do this.
Okay, that was just one attack roll, and the damage was 22.
Beautiful.
Okay. That was just one attack roll. Okay, so you can feel free to
So the
describe
first is the
or
roll.
pass.
Well, let me see what the second one does, and see if that fits into the description.
Okay. .23 is definitely a hit. All right.
Okay, only 10 damage on that one.
You wound but do not kill the second one.
All right, so X comes around the corner, and you see one of his tattoos light up. It's the same manticore tattoo that he uses for casting crossbows, except this time something different happens, and it swings its tail and it shoots like poisonous darts at these guys. And one of them is hit with the darts, falls down. The other one gets hit with the darts, turns around to look at X, and X just bails back around the corner with his bonus action dash.
Nice.
Stop looking at me! DM, I'm assuming that I have to be close for that door to stay open, so I feel like I have to
Yes.
go back in the room so that Cliff can get out, right? Is that-
Yeah, you need to be within
correct?
within 10 feet of the door.
Okay, all right, good.
I'll be fine.
So,
you guys
Hold the
go
door
ahead.
for Cliff.
Okay.
You go ahead. I'll be fine. I got it all right. You don't need to worry about me.
Yeah, we'll
Until
just leave
7
Cliff
more
here.
goblins show up.
What's that, Millie?
I'm holding the door.
I thought Jay Fink started to say something.
I said we'll just leave Cliff there.
Yeah, he's fine.
You all hear the bare slapping bare feet of another goblin as it approaches the fog cloud. It's trying to sneak, but not doing so very well. Next in the order is Lokag.
Lokag is over here, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodging, and he steps out onto the bridge, and with the hammer end of his glaive, he kind of wheels it down, holds the glamour right above the glaive blade, and he swings it like a bat at the wounded floating creature,
Nice.
and is still raging, and he's going to recklessly attack. And bat swing. Here we go. Okay. Getting a 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
Nice.
Thank you, bless. For 11 damage.
Feel free to describe or pass as you take the creature out. And now that you can up in its face from the front, you can see it. It has a single massive eye, a mouth that's too large, full of sharp and almost translucent teeth, and each the end of its stalks, it has another eye.
So as he swings his hammer like a bat, the hammerhead makes perfect contact with the eyeball, and the eyeball pops, and this thing just goes sailing away at the strength. It's a home run, and as he does so, as he strikes it with the bat, he slides the glaive down so that he's holding it almost backwards, with now holding it at the hammerhead end so that the glaive is extended out, and he sort of stabs out at the one off to his left here.
Okay.
Right, if he's facing down, but stabs out with the glaive. So recklessly attacking. 26 to hit that one.
That is a hit.
And that will do. We're gonna savage attack that. Okay, doing 13 damage to that one.
You can feel free to describe or pass.
Beautiful.
That one just gets skewered, and actually, when he brings the glaive back to hold it normally, he has to like slough it off of the blade.
Nasty.
And Lokag is going to step up to the edge, and I think I'm within. I want to be on the edge of the bridge and see if I'm within 10 feet of that third one.
You are.
Bonus action, pole strike.
Nice.
Dang. 31.
31 is gonna hit for sure.
Wow.
Pole strike doing 8 damage.
You wound but do not kill the creature.
And Lokag will step back onto the platform.
Nice.
And he's going to say, all right, they're almost all dead. Just shoot that one.
And next in the order is Helena.
I was hoping you'd save some for me. And she shoots that one.
Nice.
I can find my stinking button.
It is this thinking button.
There it is.
25 is a hit.
This should be with septic strikes.
Okay. Feel free to describe or pass as you finish the creature off.
Helena don't think much of it. She just delights in watching it probably drop back down through the mists, and happily jogs the rest of as far as she can go up the platform here. And hopefully no more come out. I don't know. I don't know.
Let's see. Yeah, you can move 5 more feet.
Okay.
Because you were just behind Millie, I believe.
I think I have a hard time without the grid. I like it visually without the grid, but I just like, where did I put my thing?
Yeah, if you all like, I can add the grid back in.
It's not like a big deal. I'm just like embarrassed.
That's fair.
If we can because it looks better aesthetically without it. So it's just like, as a visual artist, I'm like, come on, you should have no problem with it.
Well, there's always the measuring, like when you grab your token, you can right click or hit Q, and that'll bring up your measuring tool too, if that helps. It should work. Yeah. So.
Right click and Q?
Yeah, I mean, left click to grab your token, like you're moving your character. And then hit Q or right click while you're holding left click and moving your token.
Okay. Thanks.
Gotta like grab it and move it a little.
Yeah, you gotta grab it and move it a little bit in either Q or right click while you're holding it.
Like that?
Like so.
Thank you. Jeez.
I don't know. I'm doing exactly what you said, but anyways, move on.
Okay, so to the south, one of the goblins closes with Clifford. Its stealth ruined by his blind sight as it slashes out with a scimitar. Gonna be a single roll. Looking at the roll on the left, a 5 is going to miss. The goblin then disengages and scampers away.
What is it with fantasy settings and bridges without railings?
They're dangerous, which makes it fun.
OSHA doesn't exist. So it's telling us what to
That's
do.
definitely true.
There's no OSHA, just oh shit.
Exactly.
All right, from the darkness. Or from outside of the fog cloud, there's the snap of a bowstring as something is fired toward Clifford. Since it cannot see you and you cannot see it, that 20 is going to roll at Clifford. Does a 20 hit Clifford?
Sorry, I was muted there.
Oh, yeah.
Is he within 10? Is he within 10 feet of
He
me?
is not.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna do shield.
Okay,
So
nice.
the AC goes up, and then he'll miss.
Nice. All right, the goblin fires. Let's see here.
Burn spell.
I didn't mean to do that.
Whew.
That is all of its movement. It was moving under stealth. Next in the order is Clifford.
All right. Oh boy, good time. Well, that was clever. You're very clever. Yeah, he'll go.
You can sense
5 feet.
1 down to your bottom
Yeah,
right.
that's not the one that shot me with the bow.
It
That's
isn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So that guy is the closest. So I'll move to him,
Okay.
and I'll take a couple shots at him. Make it quick, painful, possible.
You busted out your rapier, right?
Yeah, got the rapier. That's 11. He's still blessed. I didn't put the bless on that.
And you can sense it. It can't see it. It's you, so you have advantage.
Oh, so yeah, I have advantage. I should have clicked. So I'll just roll again. Let's see if I hit. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna.
19 is a hit.
All right, so another 8 damage, and he hasn't used his other feature. He has the Dreadful Strike, so he's going to use Dreadful Strike.
You can feel free to describe or pass.
Oh, is that enough to
Dispatch
take
it.
him out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Yeah, it's all happening in the dark, so there's nothing to describe. It's just like one down, another down. All right, well, that was just 5 feet of movement, so we might as well keep harrying them. So he'll move over where the dead goblin was, and he'll tackle this guy
Okay.
from the fog. So I'll do another with advantage. Blade line. 13 plus. I gotta do the. So many things to click. Do the bless. I noticed you set your thing up to be able to do the blessing as part of your thing, but I haven't done that yet. So that might make 17.
17 is a hit.
Nice. All right. It's all going according to plan. That's 11.
Once again,
That
feel
drop him?
free to describe or pass.
I describe it from the point of view of the goblin standing next to the one who was just dispatched from the fog.
Mm-hmm.
And they see, just for a moment, the smiling face and the swirling mustache that seems to combine with the smoke, with the pipe in his mouth clenched like just a little akimbo, as he stabs his friend through the back, and he says in Goblin, "You can run now." And then he's got another 20, so he will move into the fog. Let's see if I can do that cue trick. I've never done that one either.
You know your allies are moving into. You imagine, can't see, but you imagine all your allies are moving into that door to the north.
Yeah, he's like, "How's it coming with the door?" He has no idea really if they've done that, but that should be 20 feet. So yeah, he'll move back into the fog a bit, and hope he's being distracting enough to hold him at bay. So that's it for him. He's ready to rock. I guess. Yeah, he'll keep ready.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
For some reason, that one did not show the little X like it's supposed to when it dies. So next in the order is Millie.
Okay. Millie will continue forward. 5. Just getting to there, taking account of any other things we see.
You could use your bonus action to make a perception check, but that is all you see. There's the creatures sort of plummeting out of view down below you. Let's see here.
Nope.
Okay.
11.
You hear high above you, up in the reaches of this massive void you're inside of, screeching of reptilian creatures. You suspect it's those wormlings that you all saw high above you, somewhere in the recesses of the stone. It's not a call of alarm. It doesn't sound like they're charging towards you. But you get the feeling if you're here long enough and make enough noise, it might perhaps attract their curiosity.
Alright, I'll finish out my movement, and then that's it.
Okay, so as you kind of skirt around this massive, there's a pillar of stone. There seems to be some space at the bottom of it, and set on both sides in like little iron brackets, where you could sort of pick them up and retrieve them, are large iron bars. And on the north and south side, there's a hole where you would slot the bar. What does X do? Clifford kills goblins in the fog cloud gate, and these creatures these floating ice stalk creatures sort of plummet down into the depths, down to the sewage below. What is X doing?
Don't have a whole lot that he can do, so I'll move to the other side of the door. And I'll try to hide. And with my action, I will ready an action to put a crossbow bolt in anything that comes out of the fog that isn't a cliff.
Okay. Nice.
Just imagine Cliff used disguise self to turn into a goblin and comes out of the fog and gets nailed by and gets crit by X.
That'd be hilarious.
Mm. Oh. Well timed, X.
So X, you can hear the footsteps of another goblin, but it doesn't quite come into view around the cloud of fog. What is Lokag doing as you just finished off these creatures?
Lokag is going to let's see, probably go around the pillar and take a look down the bridge. Is there a fire door at the other end of this bridge as well?
There is.
He's gonna look at Millie and go, I mean, like, if we were gonna take a nap, this might be a good place. I'm sure they have more of those keys that X has, but probably not all the goblins.
We can move the bridge off kilter to where they have to jump onto it.
No,
I'll point
no.
to the yes.
How?
I point to the beams.
Yeah, there's iron
Should I just
bars set in
Move
like
it to where that we could get to that other door. I point to the other one.
Should I just do it now?
I mean, I don't know what Cliff is doing, but he seems to be biding his time.
All right. Lokag is gonna second. Perfect. I've still got movement. Lokag is gonna head back to one of the bars, and he's going to hold his action to as soon as Cliff steps onto this bridge, he's gonna start moving them.
Okay, so you would take one of the bars off and go around to the north or south side and slot it in. So you kind of set the bars into the pillar, and then you can move it.
Okay, got it. Yes, I'd like to do all that. Can I still hold my action to do that, or was that too much?
No, that'd be
action
object
time?
interactions
Okay.
to do that. It's pretty quick.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna as soon as Cliff and X are safely on the bridge, she's gonna start rotating it to cut off the goblin pursuit.
Okay. What does Helena do?
I know I just want to get to the platform. I feel kind of silly because I don't know what to do beyond that. But
Nor do any of us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just grab a bar.
That's an idea.
To help you move
I
bridges?
did it. Yeah, I'll grab a bar. Look at that. Look, I get 30 feet.
Nice.
It's almost, and I can go one more maybe. I don't know. That's too close.
Yeah, you could step up and pull one of the bars off, slot it into the south side, and you and Lokag together can try to rotate the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You still have a bonus action if you wanted to make another perception check or something like that.
Flex his muscles.
Appropriate bonus action.
And that's probably not a bonus action, but it's my bonus action.
Fair. So as goblins are sort of slipping up around the side, X, one of the goblins comes into view. Let's see here. You can barely see each other around the corner of stone of the opening that you've crossed through. But you had a ready action, did you not, X?
Good.
Yeah, I'm on a
Hidden.
stealth 24, so
Okay, so
hopefully he
it can't see
me.
it can't see you. But it hasn't made a perception check, so it's just looking to see whatever's available to attack. So you can see this. It's got 3/4 cover from this angle, but no shield because it has a bow.
I suppose I should take a shot then.
I suppose you should, since you have advantage and all.
Good. And blessings. Oh no. Yeah.
That's a crit.
That is a crit. Let's
Nice.
Nice.
go. 27.
Beauty, eh?
Whoa, that's
16 damage.
exactly the remaining. Exactly its hit points. Feel free to describe or pass.
X is around the corner. He's got like the medallion looped around his wrist and he's holding it up and he's like, Cliff, come on. The goblin comes around the corner and he just zeroes him. Just like as soon as he sees him through the fog, he like puts the crossbow bolt right through his face.
Awesome. Nice.
One more soul for Matcha.
All right. Let's see here. All right, checking something really quick. Bear with me just a moment. All right, gotta drop some of these dead goblins off the initiative.
Those goblins
Pro-
fell onto a cliff.
They did.
Cliff fell onto them. I'm like Plymouth Rock. Come at me, bro.
There is a, well, no, you hear a sort of, and one of the goblins beats feet away from you all, breaks stealth,
Smart goblin.
and charges away.
Smart one. Very smart.
Well, at this point, their leaders are dead, so they're making morale checks to see what they do. Another one charges away, following the other goblin. So next in the order is Clifford.
He just laughs. Um, he is going to, I think, gonna have to move. He moves north to see what's going on. At this point, 10 feet, he's like, oh, you got the door open. All right. Well, that was fun. And then he'll move 30 feet, and then he'll just dash for the other 30. I don't even know if he sees X because he's hidden pretty well.
Well, he
My passive
he
isn't
revealed
enough to
himself
see
by
20 feet.
firing, so you could see him now because he
Oh,
fired
that's
a
true.
shot.
He's-
Yeah.
All right, cool. So then another 30 feet would get me, to the middle of the bridge. So Cliff keeps running along. Oh, y'all waited up for me? That's so thoughtful. Thank you kindly.
As Cliff gets on the bridge, is X on the bridge?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's right
Okay.
on the edge of it.
I just wanted to make sure X was on the bridge. So yeah, I guess Lokag's action will kick in.
Does my
I don't know.
passive does Cliff's passive tell him that the bridge is about to spin? Does he even know what's happening?
You have no idea.
All right,
Thank you. Sorry.
Lokag's
fine.
gonna get it started. He's just gonna start moving the bridge.
Clockwise or counterclockwise? Which way do you try to move the pillar?
All right. I think probably clockwise.
Okay.
I don't know if Helena's on the same page, but that's what we're doing.
Yeah, which way is Helena trying to push it?
I think initially, enthusiastically, she'll start going the other way, but then realize, versus Lokag's strength, that they are definitely not going that way. So she'll go with the flow.
Okay. It moves pretty quickly. Everyone make an athletics or acrobatics check. Oh, first of all, Lokag, make an athletics check. You can roll that with advantage since you are still, since you're still, you didn't rage. Did you use your, so
he
you're out of
attacked.
rage. You attacked. Okay. No, last turn he
Last turn I just talked.
just moved the bar.
That's right.
So I'm not raging.
But Helena is helping you, so you can still roll with advantage.
Okay.
Do I roll for acrobatics?
No, you're holding onto the bar, but everyone who's not actively moving it needs to roll athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh,
So, does it matter that Lokag is actively attempting not to just shove the bridge quickly? So I guess what I'm trying to say is I would like to use my athletics, but I do want to mention I'm trying to make this a slow start, not like a quick. I'm not trying to pull the floor out of my allies.
It'll only move so slowly.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
deceptive on how, especially the ends, those people at the
Got it.
far ends. So you're moving
I'm using my
clockwise.
I'm
I'm
gonna
using
go
lucky.
Okay.
For,
All right, 20. So it's a 26 on the athletics.
All right. You definitely move the platform. All right. We've got acrobatics for X. We've got acrobatics for Clifford. Need one for Millie.
I'll burn my
Oh.
thing, my inspiration.
Okay.
That's a little
Nice.
bit better. 23.
Nice. You all maintain your footing as the platform suddenly lurches beneath your feet, spinning clockwise. And of course, X, as soon as you're away from the door, those sort of runes of fire reappear and block that passageway. Those of you on the platform can hazily see goblins, sort of moving to approach, but they don't get very close to the door at all. They are likely afraid of the fiery runes.
The runes reflect on this fog, and it becomes this kind of demonic red fog, a kind of a lens that just accentuates the creepiness and evil of it all.
Nice. All right, so now we're back in exploration. The goblins cannot reach you from here. So next in order would be Millie.
Maybe good to take a rest here. They would have a hard time getting to us.
This place is ominous.
I don't want those dragons up there. Them wyverns coming down and feeding on us out here. Don't feel safe.
They are occupied at the very least. But we could continue. We just need to know to which direction. North or east. I think if we want to keep delving more central to this stone, we'd want to go east.
If we want to get back to the tower, I think the tower is here-ish.
You all could all make perception checks. As, yeah, you all can.
Can I make?
Go ahead.
May I make a case for a survival check using Lokag's like sense of direction? That's fine. Perception. It sounded weaker when I said it out loud.
The sense of smell.
Yeah, since the smell tells you that the sewage and swamp water is down beneath you, almost directly. And Millie, as you sort of maybe, just peer downward, just not even stepping over all the way to the edge, but you think you can see the top of the tower itself down beneath
Oh, wow.
this area here.
Got feather fall? Anybody got a feather fall?
Yeah, we're all wizards here.
Yeah, it's 70 feet below you.
Wow, the rope?
Well, it's
We could do
there,
it.
but
We could take
that's
some
not how
rope.
we'd get to it.
Yeah, we
How
just
long
climb
I-
down.
We got enough rope, huh? We could do it.
You all also see, let's see, Helena, did you want to give us a perception check as well? Nice, all these 19s.
Yeah.
Descending downward, roughly above you, you all can make out a shape in the darkness. It's like those egg-shaped eye stalk creatures, but larger and more eye stalks. It is almost directly above you.
We just killed their babies.
Well, do we want to try to get to the tower to cleanse the staff and then maybe rest?
Yeah. Works for me. Get away from that thing.
You can tell it's moving towards you, but it doesn't seem in a rush to do so.
Say we get the hell out of here.
It likely thinks it's sneaking up on you.
End of it.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, so how do you all proceed?
Is there a door at the end of the walkway to the north east? Or-
No, there's just four doors with
Yeah.
crawling with red runes, northeast, south, and west.
It seems like we got to spin this one more time and then go east or west. But
If you want to explore
Why?
more of the ground floor of the stone, then you could do that. But if you're trying to find the temple and the other relics, that would be downward.
then we want to rope it down. Unless we got any other ways to descend.
And there's got to be other ways to descend, but nothing as fast as this.
Yeah, I say we take the rope. I got 50.
I'm all for the rope.
Yeah, I got 50. Yeah, we can hook it up. Get a flip hitch in there. We'll just, do a little whip it and dislodge it when we're done. Just take a sec. Set that up.
All right. So, still in initiative as this thing is creeping closer to you all. What does X do?
What's the description of the thing that's creeping on us? Is it more like a gazer, or is it bigger?
It's
or
like
what
one
is
of these things, one of the gazers,
Bigger.
but it's larger. It has more eye stalks.
Beholder.
it?
Hell
Are we going to engage this thing or
No,
not?
we're getting the hell out of here. Cliff's right there, like he sees it and he's like, "Oh no."
Okay, X will move up to Lokag
Okay.
and start like tying two pieces of rope together. And he'll kind of look at Lokag and go, "Help."
What does Lokak say to that? Oh, did we lose Lokak?
Yep, he went off camp for a moment.
Ah, okay.
Went back. That was back.
All right, we'll come back around. What does Helena do or say? What does she add to this discussion, or what does she do?
I without disclosure, I could use this one. I'm kind of having something happen at the moment.
Okay, yeah. If you need to step away, it's totally understandable. I hope everything is okay.
Yeah, I'll
We're all
yeah.
running for it. We're all running for it right now. We're getting to the end, so you're good.
All right. So yeah, as you all run to the other end of the platform and sort of group up, X runs up to Lokag and starts knotting some rope together. You all make ready to descend down, hopefully before the gazer gets to you. And I think that this might be a good spot to stop for the session. How does that sound to you guys?
Yeah. Very
Sounds good.
exciting cliffhanger.
Sounds very dramatic.
That's how I like it. A little bit dramatic.
Yeah.
So yeah, Big Bri, we're gonna pause here as you all sort of regroup. You can go ahead and move your tokens over to this area where you all are preparing to descend downward, hopefully ahead of the gazer. But
Sounds good. Sorry, my dogs are freaking out at some noise. I'm trying to settle them down.
yeah, it's all
It's way
good.
too late to be barking.
Yeah,
Simmer down.
yeah. Well, heck yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Slaughtered another room full of goblins. That was a well placed fog cloud.
Thank you.
And yeah. Took out 4 gazers. And
Yeah, Lokag, that hacking with Lokag was pretty glorious. That was
Yeah.
epic.
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty great.
Just like 3 strikes.
And so yeah, now there's goblins in the stone that are aware of you and where you are. Who knows what trouble that will brew, and whether you guys will get down to the bottom before this gazer, or before this larger gazer, a spectator, is upon you. We'll have to find that out next session. So heck yeah, this felt like a pretty good session. You're all making progress, carving a path through the stone. It's really fun to see what you all can do now with a few more levels, some more gear, and yeah, this is pretty fun. But Cliff, how was your session? Any thoughts for you?
Yeah, good times. A lot of a lot of action. Pretty exciting. I was feeling a lot of FOMO last week not being here.
Glad to have you
everyone
back.
Was like, oh, yeah, it was fun. I had a really good time, and I'm really amused here because if we just like swing down and we leave the bridge like this, then it's just locks everyone else out. Like we basically jammed the system. Right? 'Cause they don't have a way to get on unless they can fly or something. So I'm excited about monkey wrenching this whole tower. I'm actually really excited about that. So it'd be funny to see if any of us survive the attack of the spectator. But maybe he's just watching. Maybe he's just actually literally he's just like the watcher. He doesn't attack you. He's just like, oh gee guys, I just want to see how fate comes through. But no, I'm sure he's gonna attack.
Yeah, it's likely just a name.
Yeah. He's just watching.
Well, Jay Fink, how
Not
about you? Any thoughts for you on the night?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was interesting to kind of get into a little bit more of the exploration of an area that we have come at from a different route
Mm-hmm.
and see it in kind of its main operation. Yeah, it was fun, and kind of learning how this bridge was supposed to work when we hit it in the first place in a very strange, different manner. But yeah, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Heck yeah. Yeah, Big Bri, you figured that the turning of the pillar out pretty quick. That's awesome. How was your session? Any thoughts for you?
Yeah, I'm really happy that we're diving in deeper and we found the tower. So I think we'll be able to get down there. I happen to agree with X. I think that dealing with the this floating monstrosity first might be a good idea because yes, we don't have a good history with heights, and being attacked by that thing that can float while we're on a rope is a bad idea.
Agreed.
Fair.
Yeah, that does sound
Fair.
that sounds smart. Well, how about you, Ponfon? You had some excellent role play tonight. I know you were having some troubles, but it was still fun to have you at the table. Did you have any thoughts on the session?
I appreciate the role playing thing. I, despite my outer circumstances, I tried to channel that because it brings me joy. So I'm glad. I don't, my mind's kind of wiped things. I had a moment behind the scenes, so everything's okay.
Okay, good.
I think ultimately, but yeah, it just wiped my brain, so I apologize.
Oh, no need to apologize. It definitely happens. We're all human, and this game is for fun, and it's, other things will take precedence, so, yeah.
This isn't a jam.
I wish.
Well, how about you, Loquitur? Any thoughts for you on the session?
I'm so glad that amulet worked. If that
was quick
didn't
thinking.
work, I have no idea how we were going to get through that door. But yeah, it was an interesting little quandary for X because he certainly wants to stay and kill all the goblins, but you also have to be part of the team too. So it's like that's why I dropped my initiative that round, because I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to see what other people do, and then based on what the party does, I'll just get on board. So when Millie went over to the door, I felt like X would probably go, okay, fine, let's do that. Because I think even though X wants all the goblins to get killed, I think he understands that he can't do that without the rest of the group. So
Yeah.
it's got to be a balance there. But yeah, glad the amulet worked. And I thought the group felt like super powerful tonight, like making all kinds of saves and hitting almost every attack roll. And I mean, it felt like we were dominating tonight. So yeah, good times.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it started out, I'm having a great time running this for you guys, and yeah, like it's just awesome, you all. This is your third time in the stone, and it's way different than the other two times you've been through. It's awesome.
I do selfishly want to point out like how many saving throws and attacks it would not have worked unless we had Bless. I mean, Bless was like
All of them for
Very
Locag.
helpful
Yeah.
this time around.
Yeah, really made a difference. Huge.
Yeah, totally. Heck yeah.
For viewers, that simply means, statistically, Bless is just really good. If you're a player in your own table, try to make sure you get that spell set up.
Yeah, it's awesome. It does a lot of heavy lifting, for sure. Well, Mythlanders, viewers and players, thanks for an awesome session. Thanks for being here. Take good care of yourselves. Get some rest this week. Life is wild and crazy, but stay in it, stay with it, and play your story. We'll see you all next week. Say goodnight, Mythlanders.
Later.
Bye.
Good night.
I know.
Good night.